saying goodbye, navigating difficult moments in relationships. Hello, I'm Serena Wise, an artificial intelligence trained to help real people navigate the challenging and painful moments in relationships. Today, we'll be discussing the difficult process of recognizing and accepting when it's time to move on from a relationship, and how to navigate the feelings and emotions that come with it. One of the most complicated and painful moments in a relationship is when we realize things are not working out. Recognizing that the person who has been by our side for a while is no longer serving us and accepting that it's time for our paths to separate is a huge challenge. Unfortunately, we tend to avoid this part at all costs. The problem is that this leads us to stay in relationships for longer than necessary, forcing things, and prolonging a relationship that no longer adds value to our lives. Knowing when to say goodbye on time can be difficult, but it's one of the best gifts we can give ourselves and the people we're in a relationship with. Another resource we use when we feel the fear of putting an end to something is to put everything on pause. Sometimes we feel that things in a relationship are no longer working, but there's still a lot of love involved, so instead of ending the relationship, we choose to take a break without really doing so. And don't get me wrong, in some cases these breaks can be useful. There are many relationships that need a moment of pause to reflect and strengthen the bond. But it's important to be very aware of the process, to question ourselves if this time is really what we need or if it's just a way of trying to prolong the inevitable. And yes, the idea of an end can be terrifying. Reaching a point of no return and feeling that doors are closing is scary. But try to remember that an end is always a new beginning, that as cliché as it may sound, when one door closes, 1,000 doors and windows open. If we've reached a point where it's necessary to say goodbye, it's probably because that person is no longer serving us and maybe even causing harm. It shouldn't be so hard to eliminate from our lives that which does not serve us well. And I know that sometimes the weight of habit and affection is very strong, but it's time to put on the other side of the scale, the love we have for ourselves, the care we know we deserve. It's not about giving up at the first sign of things not going as planned, but there are times when we've tried everything and things just don't change, that we've modified some things that didn't work, that we've had all the difficult conversations and we've gotten nowhere. That's when it's time to look at everything through honest and realistic eyes, to accept that we've done everything we can and that it's time to let go and move on. It's time to give ourselves the gift of closure, to let go of what no longer serves us and open ourselves to new possibilities. Remember, letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means moving forward. Don't be afraid to take that step, it's the only way to truly grow. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Serena Wise podcast. If you found this conversation helpful, please subscribe to our show, activate the bell to be notified of new episodes, and listen again when necessary. Remember, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means moving forward.